3, 2, 1. That was Aaliyah, More Than a Woman. So last night, in some of the primaries, Kansas, the state of Kansas, the solidly red state of Kansas, decided overwhelmingly to protect a woman's right to choose. I don't think that I think that people were very surprised by a couple of things. One, in a solidly red state, a state that Trump carried by over double digits, that many people, even professed Republicans, voted for the right for women to have autonomy over their body. I don't think that those people woke up one day and became Democrats or became supporters of abortion. What they were against is an overreach by a government. They were against mitigating a woman's right to choose and have autonomy of her body, to have agency of her body. There are people who have proposed things like murdering people, having the right to kill people who have an abortion, placing bounties on people who have an abortion, or to have bounties on people who take people to have abortions. There are people who are proposing to do autopsies on miscarriages. This was more about people telling people that you do not have the right to overreach as a government and tell people what to do with their bodies. Overwhelmingly, despite all the dirty tricks that they tried to pull on the other side and the misinformation, it was defeated overwhelmingly. It isn't about the Supreme Court, the people that were verifying the Supreme Court, the Senate. We heard them say, oh, Roe versus Wade is safe because it's settled law. They did the opposite. They cannot be trusted. And Kansas decided they would not give them more power. Right now, in some places, if a woman and her husband decide they want to do something differently, they got to wait for a state legislator and a lawyer to tell them it's okay. If a woman is fighting for her life, the doctor can't make a decision between her and her husband and her family. Not even her God or preacher. They got to wait for the lawyer to decide, a legislator to decide. You can't even make decisions intimate decisions between you and your wife. If something happens to a woman and a pregnancy has to be terminated, it is not up to that woman and her husband or her significant other. It is up to a legislator and a doctor, a legislator and a lawyer. That's untenable. This, more than anything else, is about a person, a woman's right to choose, and a family's right to choose when, how, and where they will bring children to this earth. It's funny, at every turn of our society, everyone, we trust women at every turn. When you are born and you get sick, who takes care of you? Who takes you to the doctor? Women. Who tells you what to eat and when to go to bed? Women. Who drops you off at your practices and school and PTA meetings? When you get your heart broken, who's there to console you? I'm not talking about for everybody. I'm not talking about the exception. I am talking about the rule. What is America called? It is her. What is it's Lady Liberty. We have deferred to women. They have had their hands on us from the beginning, and we trusted them to do it. We trust them to do it. We trust them. As a matter of fact, we've enshrined it in them. It is sacrosanct in our society to trust women to protect us and shape us and mold us throughout our journey. If you go to child support court, you're not going to get that child from that woman because they've decided it's very rare that a man gets custody. You have to prove that that woman is doing drugs and killing somebody at the same time, and still even then, because judicially we believe that women are best served to raise and rear our children. Advertising is built around women's idea of what they should purpose and how they should purpose. We trust them with our budgets. We trust them with our lives. At the end of your life, who's there with you? Who's making those decisions? Women. Their hands are there are way more songs about mamas than daddies. You don't hear no Dear Daddy, you hear Dear Mama. Women, we've trusted them throughout our society. It is enshrined, it is sacrosanct. And now, at the most pivotal moment, we've decided to take that away from them and to let white dudes in robes tell you what's best. Not your mama, not the person that you trusted to rear you. When you get sick or hurt, who do you call? When you're in pain or you're afraid, who do you call? When you need something, who do you call? It's Dear Mama, not Dear Legislator. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.